Hi, my name is Rhojohnae. Welcome to my channel, and please stay tuned to see how I did this Mad Hatter makeup from Alice in Wonderland. So we're starting off with a bare face and we're gluing down our brows. Now the ideal glue for this is the purple glue, but I could not find it. But the steps are: you glue down the brows, you make sure they're flat with like a metal surface, and you also use a spoolie to get in between the brow hairs as well. And then you put powder over them, like a translucent powder, and then you basically rub off the excess glue surrounding the brows with rubbing alcohol. And then you put a red concealer to cancel out the brown or black hairs from your brows. I accidentally did those steps without recording, so that's me right there being upset about that. But we're using a concealer for foundation because the regular Mad Hatter makeup is white, but I've tried the white technique and it does not work on brown skin. It either looks super gray, super patchy. If you have the white TV paint stick that professionals use, like in theater and movies, that might work for you. But this is for, accessible resources that, everyday people can use, like me and you. I'm using this blush stick from Makeup by Mario to map out where I want my contour. And I'm also using this Louise white base as a concealer / highlight in all the highlight areas. I'm using this Hourglass concealer brush to blend that, and I'm also using this paintbrush. It's a literal paintbrush from Michaels to be precise with my nose contour, because I just like a snatch nose contour with everything I do. And then we're gonna blend with the Beauty Blender just to make sure everything is seamless. And I'm going in with a pink blush and a small brush to go in to really snatch the nose with the contour, the blush as a contour. Now I'm using a contour brush from Sephora to blend out that pink blush as a contour that I put down. Now I'm using a powder puff and this white powder that I got at Spirit Halloween to use as a setting powder for all the places I put that P. Louise base for my highlight. I'm using the pink in this Morphe palette to set the blush that we put down as our contour. And this is gonna be the chiseled part of our cheeks. And I'm gonna keep going in with different pinks to add dimension. I'm using this dual-ended brush from NYX. It's an eyeshadow brush, and I thought the fluffy part of the brush would work, but I'm going in with this blush brush from Jaclyn Hill that I found at like TJ Maxx or something, and that really blended out the powder as well. And it's the same pink powder I use on my cheeks. Now, I forgot the name of this brand, but I'm going to try and find it and link it in the description box. But this pink loose powder is so pigmented. And like I said, we're adding dimension. So I'm adding this all to where I added that blush in the previous pink powder. Well, eyeshadow. Like, look at the pigment when I use it with a dense brush. Like, it's amazing. So I use that as my blush on my cheeks. I know it can be confusing because I'm using blush as a contour and then I'm using this other powder as a blush, but it's all about the placement, okay? I'm referring to these places as placement, not the actual product. And I'm using this translucent powder on a Real Technique sponge, the angled side, to really contour the hollows of our cheeks for that look that the Mad Hatter had. And I used this instead of the white powder because I just had more of it and it still had that white-ish tone to it, so it worked. To set the contour on our nose, I'm using that same pink powder that we use on our cheeks. It's actually an eyeshadow. It's just a loose eyeshadow, but using a very small angled brush to use that for our nose. And then I'm going to blend that out with my fingers. I'm adding that same Laura Mercier powder just to reverse contour to make it more snatched on our nose. This graphic liner palette, it's water activated and I'm using that for the brows now. I'm going to link it in the description, but I'm using a very small angled brush from Michaels and I basically just mixed red and orange to get different shades of a bright and dark orange because, like I said, dimension. Dimension is the word here, okay? With this makeup, you just want to have so many different colors to make it pop and come to life. And you're just doing little brow strokes. You could do the brows however you want, but I did them more bushy because in the movie he had more bushy brows. And here's a close-up so you can see how I did them. It was really the most time-consuming part for me, just because I just wanted them to have, you know, different colors and have them not too crazy, but, you know, crazy enough, if that makes sense. Using the white P. Louise base as a concealer to really carve out the brows as if you would do, you know, your regular brow routine, and I'm blending that out just to make it pop. Once you put something white against something dark, it really adds, you know, a very sharpness to the dark color. And you're going to see that throughout the rest of the video as well. And I'm just blending that out with another paintbrush from Michaels. It's very angled. And I'm also using this dual-ended brush that I found at a beauty store just to really buff it out. I'm putting the P. Louise base all over my eyelid now just to use as a primer for the eyeshadow we're about to do so it can make the colors really pop. And I'm going to set that with the same white powder. Now with that same Morphe palette, I'm going in with that very, very bright blue, and I'm using my finger because the pigment with a lot of Morphe palettes only shows up when you use your fingers, but I still use a eyeshadow brush to just blend it out towards the ends. And right here, I'm just mapping out where I want my wing to be because it's going to be a winged shape shadow, and I'm going to do liner as a wing as well, so you'll see that later. But yeah, just blending out the blue, and then we're going to go in with the pink on the other side. Well, it's a purple. I'm sorry, purple on the other side. So we have another Morphe palette, and we're using the dark orange, the light orange, and the yellow to do the under eye shadow. Like I said, doing these three colors will really add dimension, and it'll help with blending and making things look seamless as well. The other side, we're doing a pink under the eye, and I just ended up using that same pink powder, that loose eyeshadow with my finger to really get the pigment going. And as you see over time, we're just building it up more and more. Now we're using this NYX liquid eyeliner pen, and listen, I got so annoyed with this eyeliner because I have hooded eyes, and a wing with hooded eyes is not easy, but we made it work. I basically just filled out the wing, and I also added it into my crease, and we blended it out with a black powder. As you can see, that was me getting a little frustrated, but this is me now adding that liner into my crease. And a general rule of thumb with eyeliner or makeup in general is when in doubt, blend it out, okay? If it's not as sharp as you want it to be, you just blend it out, and that's what I'm doing right now, just to smoke it and have it blend and look just better than what it looked before, okay? And I'm basically doing like I did before. I'm adding that white powder under my wing just to make it look like it's more sharp than what it is. Basically what I did with the translucent powder when we were chiseling out our cheeks to have that contour. I'm gonna use this Urban Decay palette that I also found at TJ Maxx to put this little glitter in the corner of my eyes and also on the brow bone. But on the brow bone is very hard when you have glue that you're not supposed to use to glue down your brows. So it got really patchy and it kind of looked like oatmeal if you're up too close. But when in doubt, use glitter, okay? Glitter for anything just makes it look better, but also at the same time, it kind of messed up the glue for right now. So just be careful. Now, I don't have a white mascara or a white lashes, so what I did was go into that same graphic liner palette that was water activated and use a tiny little brush to go over my bottom lashes to act as a white mascara. And I use it as a white liner as well, but I wear contacts, and white liner in your waterline will have your contacts look gray and muddy, and you will have blurry vision, so just be careful. I would say if you have it, use a white, solid eyeliner, not liquid. So we're in the home stretch now. So we're putting on our lashes now. I just got these dramatic lashes from the beauty store, and I'm using hair glue just for some extra, security. And while that dries, I'm using this magenta color out of the graphic liner palette for my lips. And I'm gonna just outline my lips a little overlined, but mostly just the same on my bottom lip, but on the top is the more dramatic part. And I just extended the corners just a little bit. So we're using that same trick again, using this white P. Louise to outline my lips to make it more chiseled and I guess more dramatic. And then we're gonna blend it with the white powder from that sponge that we used earlier. Like, this technique is so helpful for so many different circumstances with regular makeup as well. So I highly suggest using it. Now I'm putting on this matte lipstick. It's from MAC Cosmetics. I know matte and MAC is a tongue twister, but it's matte and it's from MAC. Okay, and I'm just blending her in right now. So I just put on my lashes, and now I'm using the P. Louise base once again just to do a ombre lip to make more dimension once again. Dimension on my lips just to add, you know, just a little oomph. Like, it really is subtle little things that add to the overall look, and I think that really tied the lips together. So we're blending out that translucent powder that we put on our cheeks to chisel them out. I know you forgot I put it there, because I forgot I put it there too, and I almost left out the house without blending it in. It really didn't make that much of a difference if it was blended, but it's just to help, you know, the little seamless transition from the contour into the light parts. I put liner in the corner of my eyes near my waterline just to give that siren, you know, fox eye look. And we are now officially done. That's my happy dance. I was supposed to be done at 11:30 and I got done at 11:02, which is such an accomplishment because I'm usually always late. But I would go in with my one size setting spray, but I ran out, so I had to use my Milk Cosmetics, and we just fanned her down. And I ended up doing a photo shoot for this look. That's why I was so pressed for time. But this top I got from Zara, this skirt I got from a thrift store, and this corset I got from my mom. And I have braids, but I put it all in a wig from Party City, and I got a hat from Party City as well. And that was the final look. Look at her. It came through, okay? I'm so proud. All right, everyone. This is the finished look. I bought these from a friend. I have all my other details either on my TikTok or on my Instagram, so please go check that out. I'm gonna put behind the scenes of the photo shoot on my TikTok, so please go check that out. But yes, thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope this is helpful. White makeup for black girls just doesn't work sometimes, at least for me, from my experience. This was my second year trying to do this makeup. Last year I did it and I just did not like how it came out, so I just didn't post it. So I feel like this is better. It's not necessarily white, but you know, it's a yellowish, very much lighter than my complexion that still gets the look across, you know, without looking patchy or just a hot mess. So thank you so much. Please tell me what you think. Tell me if this is helpful. Please subscribe. And yeah, follow me on my socials, and I love you. Thank you. Bye.